we went further to follow up through on what has been done in course 1 and course 2.
Yes, everyone here has gone through course 1, course 2, and course 3.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So I'm just trying to open up my sheet.
No problem.
Yeah. Let me just share my screen. But I've not heard in any of the students' voice, so I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay, probably we should just.
We can hear you.
Okay.
So, do we want to, while our mentor is preparing to share his screen, do we want to introduce ourselves? So I will call your names as you guys appear in the screen, right? So that mentors can know you for who you are. Some of us have sent in our bio to the groups, but again, we broke the test into 6. So, Mr. Eze is the mentor for group 2. Tomorrow's session, the mentor for group 1 will be the one taking the general session. So that he can know all of us here on the call. So I'll start with Mr. Adeni Yuseni. Do you want to unmute and introduce yourself?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Stanley, and good afternoon to our mentor, Mr. Eze. So my name is Adeni Yuseni, and I'm really glad to be part of this live session to gain more experience from our mentor. So I'm a data analyst anyway, but I intend to gain more from our mentor who have a wealth of experience. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So thank you, Mr. Osani. Miss Anjorin Evelyn. Can you unmute and introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Stanley. Good evening, our mentor. My name is Evelyn Anjorin, and I'm glad to be a part of today's live session.
Okay, thank you, Evelyn. Mrs. Finfolua Comfort.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Oyema. Good evening, sir. My name is Finfolua Comfort Olawi. A public servant, and I'm so glad to be here. Up to this point, it has not been an easy job, but thank God. I hope to learn more.
Okay, we are glad you are here. So, Miss Messi Julius.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mr. Stanley. Good evening, Mr. Oyema. My name is Julius Messi, and I'm really happy to be here to learn.
Okay, thank you. Miss Priscilla Oche.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Priscilla Oche, and as I stated in the group chat, I am happy to be part of the course because I want to learn new skills to enhance my career prospects. I currently work in compliance, financial services.
Awesome. Shalom Jesubukun Nademi.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mr. Stanley. Good evening, Mr. Eze, our mentor. My name is Adioti Shalom, and I'm happy to be on this live streaming and on the project as well to learn more. And I'm a newbie, and I would like to learn from different sources of knowledge from Mr. Stanley, from Mr. Eze, our mentor, and to work with you if permitted. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Unique Studio.
Good evening, Mr. Stanley. Good evening, everyone. So my name is Taiwo Elizabeth, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be here to learn more. Thank you.
Okay, I think the person that just joined is Muita Larukayat. Do you want to kindly introduce yourself? Rukayat, can you hear us? Okay, so I guess probably her audio has not joined the call yet. Okay, Mr. Izzy, I think we are good to go. So the reason why, so let me just give you a background story. So the reason why I think somebody said I'm still glad to be here is initially when it started, I think it started as 181, then 60 something got into the group. Along the line, we removed some because of not meeting up to deadline. Then finally to narrow from the last 30 something or 40 something that were remaining down to this 12, we needed to streamline only those who have finished course one, course two, course three, so that we can pick up from course four and not have to do a lot of introductory call. So that next set, any other person that is applying, they will just join the next course and just start from fresh so that we can be able to go into practicals early enough with this batch and round up early enough, at least before 5 or 6 months. Yeah. So basically that's it. So back to you, Mr. Easy.
Okay, thank you for the intro. So thank you everyone for also giving a shout out, introducing yourself as well. So the journey for the data analysis, it's as much as you put in effort to get to where you want to get to. You understand? So we are also glad. I'm also glad for what Mr. Stanley also said about many persons starting, and there are still persons, there are still you guys left that want to also get to the end. It's a thing to be joyful about, that we still have some persons that are willing to go the extra mile. Yeah. All right. So my name is Unyema Eze. I'm a data analyst. I'm also in line of also building my skills and my profession towards becoming an AI engineer, which is also in part a machine learning engineer as well. So I've been in this part since the post-COVID era, which was 2020, where things virtually changed and I needed to move into a remote setting. So as of that time too, I had to do some on-site job, take up some on-site job role. But I started my data analysis career. I found some courses on YouTube myself that I could just engage myself with. So I became very interested in the journey itself. So for my learning, then the journey was a bit different. I didn't come across a course that was there like it was now that Mr. Stanley has put up for you people to get everything in one place. So this is even Google bringing their team members and almost everybody that works in the department of data analysis to come and share their thoughts, share their ideas. So that's why you see the courses broken in different modules and you see different persons coming up to lecture in parts. So my own part, I had to go to YouTube, take this course, take this one, and join everything together. So you have to find a way to even create your roadmap itself. So, and also know which one you have to learn first before you learn the other. All right, so great. So from the course, I'll just dive in directly to what we have for today, so we don't take time. So from the course we've done, at some point in the course, they dived into rather than Microsoft Excel, because it's a Google course. They used the Google Sheet to explain how you could do the basic dynamics with data. So basics like when data is entered into a sheet, how you could expand the sheet, how you could create an extra column, how you could format data and all of that. So those are more like the basics with data, but a more industry standard tool. If you were going to do data analysis, nobody is going to, it's almost difficult where you have to start using a Google Sheet to do your analysis. So a more industry standard tools for data analysis are like the Power BI, the Tableau, the Looker Studios. So for Google, Google has the Google BigQuery, which they use to do their data analysis. So which was what was also showcased in the video, as of which I believe that most of us has gotten to that part where it was used to do some analysis. So that's more like the place I wanted to point out today. That for data, uh, the beginning point of data, which is, or rather, when data comes in, we assume that the data would always have some parts which are filled with error. So we never assume that the data that comes in is always accurate. So we try to perform some, in the more standard way, they talk about ETL, which is extract, transform before loading the data to your sheet to perform any analysis. So if you wanted to do some modeling, for the case of Power BI, which is a more industry standard tool, when data comes in, you try to do the ETL processes, which is when you extract the data, you try to transform and load it to the Power BI before you now start doing data modeling, which has to do with you connecting the data to the different columns that are in sync. So, but for here now, Google BigQuery has done a lot of inside work for you, where you just come and you can create a table, create a product ID, then you create your data set from there and perform your transformation. So data preprocessing on its in itself, it's more like doing all of this, making sure that the data is ready before you even say, okay, I want to move it to go and start creating a dashboard. I want to write some queries and all of that. So I don't know if you are following. Can you all hear me? Can you
Yes,
hear
sir.
me?
We can hear you, sir.
We can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
So let me just share my screen. It's more reasonable when we do that. Just speak. So I just hope this infinity screen is not. So can we see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes, sir. We can see.
Yeah. So part of the tutorial they talked about the Google BigQuery sandbox, which is more like an account you can use for free to try and do your data analysis. So you can explore the Google BigQuery with a sandbox account if you do not want to go for the paid option. You understand? So just that the only difference there is that you have maybe some limitations about the extent of what you could do, and data you save there could probably stay for up to 60 days. But it's also a good way to also use it for some time. So for them, they search Google BigQuery. So, but I'll just go to console.cloud.google.com. So, which also I've typed here before, and press enter. So if it's for the first time, you should be creating an account, which is your Google account. It's just to sign in with your Google account. So, but I've been there before, so I don't have to do that. So over here now, where my mouse is, you can see my first project is more like a default that it came with. So, but if I click here too, I've also had another project. I could also go over here and create a new project. So I could create a new project that would also come with a project ID. So this one is saying my project 939. I could just say, okay, since we are using a cohort for the group, I could just say cohort underscore 123. So organization, I don't, okay. So let me just take this out. So cohort 123. So I'll just create this table without an organization for now. So the project here is created now. So I could head over here again and just go for this. Comes here. Are we seeing my screen?
Yes, we can see
Yes,
it.
sir. You can see it.
Yes.
Okay, so if there's anything that is not clear, Sha, you can let me know. So on the left here, you have the 3 slashes here. So I'll just click there. I'm trying to go to BigQuery. So the other ways you can do that, you can come and search here for BigQuery. Then also you can just come here and say, you navigate down, see BigQuery here. So I'll just click on BigQuery. Yeah, so you can see cohort 1, 2, 3 here. So which is the product ID that we just created. So this is my project ID. So I'll just, if I head over here now, if I want to explore now, I would have to create a data set that I can use to probably write some query to on the BigQuery Studio here. So also here I have options while I work on this to add data to my pipelines, add a repository or create queries. So I could save my queries also here as I go on. So if I click here, in the tutorial, they tried to just search up a product and use, but I just wanted us to show us manually how this thing could also be done. So if I click on create data set here, so I could create a data set ID. Let's just, so let's say data cohort, DATCH, something like that. So region, I'll just leave the region as a multi-region. So if you want to also change that, you could do that. So, but I'll just leave it for now as multi-region. Then, so that's that. So I'll just create my data sets as that CH. Yeah. So I have that here now. Okay. Can you see it here now? Hello.
Yes, we can. We can.
Okay, just occasionally I'll be calling, so it doesn't look like I'm just the one working and I'm just working on the
So,
laptop on
guys,
my
can
own.
we always respond ASAP so that your mentor
Yeah.
can know you guys are following along?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so when I clicked on it, so I have the dataset info, so which I've created, so you could see it. So just like we explained with Google BigQuery account and the Sandbox account, you can see that I have default table expiration 60 days. So this dataset is saying for this product ID cohort 123 dot the dataset name, that's the dataset ID. So if I'm also running a query, an SQL query, it will also, if I say, you can say select from cohort 123.datch. Yeah, understand. So all of these are just like the info that comes with the data set that has been created. So over here too, if I wanted to create a table, I could just create a table from here. So I could also do that from here. I could also create a table from here. So we are just trying to create a table so that we could have something that we could analyze here. So if I come to create table, there are a couple of ways that you can create table. Number one is an empty table. You can just go with an empty table, then try to write something that you use. So, but the other way is to also, if you click here, you have Google Cloud Storage. If you have a data already, your Google Cloud Storage that you wanted to add to it, you could come here. You could also do an upload from your local machine, which is a data that you already have in your local file, for instance. So I'll just open a window here. So I wanted to also show us one of the places that we could also, I've already typed this. So if you go to kaggle.com, you would find varieties of data sets that you could get. So in case you wanted to explore around that, okay, if I wanted to do some analysis and I wanted some dummy data sets, I could always come to kaggle.com and just search it out and say maybe I want an employee data set, for instance. I just search for it. So it could give me that. So you see different data sets that have been uploaded here. You can click on it and download the one you want. So, and when creating a table, you probably come and upload it here. So many a times to prefer data to be in a .csv format because it's easy. It's usually more readable by different kinds of machine and data analysis tools. So it's a more structured form for us to have a .csv file. So that's one way to upload. So you could also upload from your Google Drive. Then all of these other ones, as time goes on, Google Bigtable will have time to really talk about them because for some of them, they are among the GCPs, the Google Cloud products. So if I come down now, I want to go with empty table. So empty table, what's the table? What's the table name that I want to give? So so I could just say test table. Say test table. Then so we'll come down. So no partitioning. Edit as text. We could also use this schema. I'll come back to this for another sample. So, but let's just create this table now. Yeah. So you could see that a test table has been created here. So we have a test table here. Yeah. So, and all of these are like this, the breakdown of how the schema looks like, field name, type, mode, key, and all of that. If you come to the details again, you see the table ID saying this product cohort 123, then .datch, then test table, then test table. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So are we there? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
we are here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to try and create another table. So all of this, the goal of all of this is to try and write an SQL query in Google BigQuery. So usually in the early days when we started data analysis, you have to go to Microsoft SQL or MySQL. You go and do all the installations there. You import your data to SQL, to Microsoft SQL. Then you write your queries there on the data. You do all your transformations there. Then you now move the data back again to the tool that you want. So, but all of this now, Google BigQuery is helping us to have all of this in one place so that we can use them. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to try and create another table again, but this time with a bit of SQL format on an empty table. So this is an empty table. So all of this, so I'm just going to give a table name, maybe top table, just anything. So you could use any name that you prefer. So I want to try and add a field here now. So a field name. So we can add a field name here. So names are usually along your learning processes, they talked about data types. Data types could be these types that we have here. Could be string, could be numeric, could be Boolean, could be a range, could be JSON, and all of that. So integers are more like numeric values, numbers that we usually have, but the name will usually be a string since we are using alphabetic order. So we go with string, and then the mode is nullable. Nullable in the sense that it can be empty, it can be null. So if we wanted it to be that, but if we didn't want it to be that, we can say required. So when data are being entered in this part of the table, someone has to impute something, so they cannot leave it blank or empty. So I don't know if you are following what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. We are following.
So you can do all of that. You can say, so we are trying to create an employee table. So let's just create an employee table. So let's change it now. Say EMP table. So max length, you can add a max length that you want. So what other field name can be found in an employee table? Anyone?
I think salary. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, okay, that makes sense. But let's add the employee ID first. So let's assume that they have some certain ID as employers in the company. So we could have it as an integer. Yeah. So it could be non-label as well. So you can also add as you could also add your description here. So what else again? Someone said salary,
Guys,
Abby.
what? Yes. Guys, what can you guys find on an employee data sheet? You guys should answer now.
I'm just trying to engage us because so that it doesn't look like I'm
That's
the only one. Yeah.
exactly.
Probably report.
Sorry.
Probably reports.
Not really.
Position.
Sorry.
Position. Position the employee is
Okay.
holding in the office.
Yeah. So let's say department, Abby.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit. So salary should be also integer. Okay, so department, so we'll just stop here. Department. So we stop here for now. So we are also skipping the partition settings. We are just going with no partitions. So we'll just leave it at no partition. So though that's still something. Clustering order too, we pass there. So we can create a table here. So probably you people are also gathering your questions. So, but it's also cool at any point that I'm not seeing the meeting platform now. So if you have any question, you could just let me know. So if yeah.
Okay, sir.
All right. So we've created two tables now under the data sets, and the data set is under a product category. You understand? So we started from creating, for anyone that is just coming, started from creating a product category or a product ID. Then we now created a data set. Then on that data set, we are now creating a table. And all of this, we are saying that the structured query language, which is SQL, is one way of writing queries such that you could uh, run some certain level of analysis on a data table, on a data set that you are given. So, and this SQL language has in a way been included in the Google BigQuery application, such that we do not need to go externally to go and do it before moving the data back to BigQuery. So everything is here in BigQuery, which makes it make sense. So again, we created a table, then we can see all of this, which is what data sets, the data sets info. Still, when you click on test table, you see all the info about it. When we click on details, so we see all the info that we need to get about it. All right. So at this point now, we've talked about different ways of creating table from the Google BigQuery, which is here. I'll just come here and show us. So we talked about all of this. Maybe if there's time, we could try and upload one. I would look for one that we can upload either from Google Drive or the local machine here. So, but let me just close this. So, but I wanted to try out the query option for this. Yeah, so if I come to query for the test table, for instance, you see all of this here. Can we see this part?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So if I say select star, so by default, this comes up, which is an SQL query language that says, okay, it's simply saying that select from this cohort 123, which is a product ID, dot the data set, dot the table that we just created. And it's saying that limit 1000. Limit 1000 is saying that we only want to display the first 1000 data sets in the particular order that they have it. You get?
Yes,
Can you
sir.
hear me? Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
yeah. So if you have as much as that, it will display. Yeah. So I'm just the only thing missing now. You can see that there's a red symbol beneath this. Underline this. Underline the from. So and also this is showing me a syntax error that if I try to run this, that it's not going to run. So if I put select star, star is simply saying that select everything from this, the product ID. This one is detailing the exact place where the table is. It's from product ID code 123. The data set of DATCH, then test table. So we try to run this. You come to here and try to okay, this doesn't have a schema. Let's see if we run. Okay, doesn't have a schema. So let's try to create. Let's go to EMP table rather. EMP table, we created some data in there. So we click on query. So let's make this limit 10 first. I'll see if we even have. I'll put select star. Okay, the query will process. Yeah, so it's complete. But then there's no data in this table to display. We only set the we only set the row, the column names for the table, but there's no data in it to process. So we could try to bring in a data, upload the data that we can use to do this sample. So let me see if I have any data sets in my local machine that I can upload. Just a moment. So I have one here, country full on it. So I have a country full here, which data set, which is in CSV format. So let me try and create a table with that. Upload the data set. Let me try and upload the data set to this product cohort. Just a minute though. So I'm using the upload now. So I'm going to browse and check for that data set. Yes, hope it works. So I'll use country table. So I'm going to go with auto detect schema. So the auto detect schema will help me detect whatever file type that I'm sending there. So it's also, once I create a table, it's so it's been created. So let me open this now. Okay, so I have a data here. So just to see the data that I have, I'll go to query and try to run the query. So select star from, select star is saying, star is simply select all from, of course, the location of where the table is. So when I run it, I'm going to have a query result. So if you look down here now, you see Antarctica. So if I move this up, you see this is data sets, and these are the data that are contained in the data I just uploaded for various countries. So the column names, I don't know if this is clear enough. Can we see it well?
Yes, we can. It's very clear.
Is it very clear for everybody?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
clear,
sir.
sir, from my own side.
Or I could just expand a bit, sorry, or zoom in a bit. Okay. So what I'm showing is there are various countries from Africa, from America, different continents. So, and each of these countries have, for the data sets itself, for the data I just uploaded for countries, it has columns, has different rows and columns. And the column names are what we'll be using to write queries for the data sets. So this data also expands to having country codes, having regions, having sub-regions. There's also a column for intermediate regions. They have region codes, sub-region codes, and all of that. So if I wanted to say, okay, so you could have data sets now. Let's say you're working in a company where uh there are different departments. There's finance department, there's marketing department, there's HR department, there's a tech department, we have customer service departments. So, and now the company sends you a full data set, and of course you want to distribute the data set, and finance is now calling on you that, hey, please, our data analyst lead, please, we would like to have data set for finance. But the complete data set that you have has data for both finance, sales, marketing, and all of them, and customer service. So you do not want to now push that data set to just the finance department that is asking you for the data. So you would only want to take out the parts that has to do with finance department and send to finance department. So you do all your analysis, create your insights, run your dashboards, but everything should just be for finance department. So that's also part of data preprocessing first that you have to do. Run your queries, write your SQL languages that you need to write, then send them out. All right. I don't know if I'm making sense. So can you guys follow
Yes,
through?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So just as an instance now, so we have the country names here. We have another, the next column that is looking more, it's stated as alpha 2, but this is just more like a country code, but to 2 alphabetic order. So this next one is country code to 3 alphabetic order and all of that. So you could, if I wanted for a data for Egypt, for instance, I could say, okay, where alpha 3 is equals to EGY. So it just take out the data for Egypt and give it to me. So it's just to learn the various SQL syntax. We'll try to write some of them here. So country code, so you can see the codes as 10 and all of that. Then they have the ISO numbers, then the region. So this region, I want to expand on it because if you see, we have America, Africa, you have Asia, then you have Europe. So if I wanted to just work on only Asia, so I could write a query here now and say, okay, uh, so let me just bring this down and go back to the query. So, but first of all, before I write a query, for this query that I've been able to get out here now, so I could say, okay, I want to save the results of the query I wrote. So there are the various options here. I could copy to clipboard and just paste it. Maybe I want to paste it in a code editor. I could paste it there. Or I want to paste it in a Google Doc or Notepad. I could just paste it there and use it to do whatever I wanted to do. So if I also want to save this query as a CSV to my Google Drive, I can do that. So I have up to, for my Sandbox account, I have up to 1 GB. So I could save to JSON as a JSON in JSON format. I could also save to Google Sheets. So I could also, if I click on CSV now, for instance, so it's going to tell me beneath here that the job that I'm exporting will take a while. Yeah, so it's exported now. So I could click on go to Drive. So if I go to my Google Drive, the result has been exported here. So every time I run a query, I could always try to save the results. That's one good thing too that BigQuery does. So if this isn't clear enough, I could also come here and say open with Google Sheet. So it could open as a Google Sheet for me. So are we seeing this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so you have your data set here. So, but of course, this is almost like what we brought into the system. But when you now write your query and say, okay, maybe I want for only this region, you do all of that. You try to reduce the size of this data, and some of the queries that you've written have also probably updated the data, so you can just want to save what you have. So you could also save them in BigQuery. I'll also show you that as a query. Okay, so we are here. So I after that I could just reduce this. So here now I have this. So I can now say the first query is saying select from the product ID data set, and of course the table that the limit is 1000. So but then I don't want all of that. I could just write in SQL. I could say where so one of the column names is what it says. One of the column names is saying the region, I think, yeah, which is Africa and all of that. So if I reduce this, I could say where region from the table, where region is equal to, sorry, yeah, where region is equal to, let's say one of them is Europe, one of them is Asia. So I could just say Asia. Yeah. So I put a semicolon for the syntax of the SQL. Yeah. So but it's showing me that expected error of input, but got keyword where at 2.1. So where do we have an error now? Let me see. Region is equal to. Okay, I limited this, so I'm not supposed to limit it. It's like saying the end. So where this guy is equals to Asia. So if I run this now, I should be able to have data for only Asia. So the query is completed. I'm looking for the output. So if we come here now, you see that the data that we have is for only Asia. So number one is China, Hong Kong. If I move here, you see that it's just the regions are just Asia, Asia, Asia. Only where region is Asia, that's where I would have my data from. I don't know if this is making sense. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that being said, too, I could also use this to save my query. So saving query would help you to inside that your product ID. You have queries here. So this query part is for saving your queries. So at each point in time, you could say, okay, the SQL query that I've written here, anytime I want to come back to it, rather than try to remember what I've written, can I just save it so that I can come back here and take them? So I'll come here, I'll click on save query. Then what's the name of the query? I could say Asia countries. Are we together? I could just keep this region as it is. So if I click on save, I'll be having Asia countries there. Can you see that? So under my queries here, I'm having Asia countries. So every time I want to, so if I close this now, for instance, just close some of this. So every time I want to look at that query, I could easily just come to my product ID cohort and click on Asia countries. So you can see the query here. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
So another way too, you can come to Google and type on SQL documentation. So it's one way, but these days we even have chat GPT that if you wanted, all you needed to just do is to think of what you want to do. For instance, if I want a region where it's only Europe, how can I write this? So once you ask either on Google or AI, any AI tool, they'll be able to direct you there. But you could come for BigQuery SQL documentation because Microsoft has theirs. Mm. So, but this is more of a detailed documentation from BigQuery for uh, I think I have that somewhere. I have the SQL data types. Okay, but this is sorry, that's not what I'm looking for. A full documentation SQL. Let me just do it. Another Google search. How? So I could say I want SQL query to delete a column from a data set, for instance. So, so you see that you have something like alter table, then the table name, then drop column, column name. So alter table, if you come here and read the first preview that you have, this is more like an AI response. So it's saying alter table name that specifies from which column will be deleted. So you have to specify which column that you want to delete. Then you now use the drop column. So if I copy this, for instance, I could also apply this to BigQuery. I could say, okay, I want to, this is one, let me write another query. So for this Asia countries first, let me do this. Let me just create a new query and write that. So alter table, table name. So the table name that we have to reference, you have to reference this. So this, which is the table name. And so we now say, okay, what's the column name that we want to delete? So from the query that we ran, let's come here to the Google. So we had alpha 2, alpha 3. So let's say there's no need for us to have this alpha 2. So we want to drop that column. So we can come here and say drop column alpha 2. So the column name, for me to write the column name now I have to say alpha. I have to put a semicolon because I'm writing a column name. Sorry. Semicolon is this. Then this is an underscore alpha 2. So, but this will not run because this semicolon now is now looking like there's a separation in the data. So when I have this, what I need to do is I need to use a backtick. The backtick is just below my escape key. So I'll use a backtick rather than an upper column. So if I use a backtick, this should mm, 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 mm. So I'm getting an error that column not found alpha 2 at 213. Okay, I'm not calling this data set properly. I'm not calling the comp. Let's go back here. Okay. So let's look at this. Are we following? Are we there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so let me take out this first and see the output. No way. So when you do this too, we always assume that when we more like coding, I was doing coding, they would say that every time you impute data, you're adding bugs. So every time you impute more like a query, because this is more like a structured query language, so you're adding bugs. So debugging is one of the things that you do as an analyst. You always try to find a solution out of any challenge that you face. So I'm hovering over here. Other code-based tools would always give us a way to quick fix it. But I'm not saying this, but I could always column not found. Column not found. Let's just come here and run this query again and be sure that the column is here. Okay, so the alpha 2 is actually a slash, not here. So we go again with the back tick. Okay, so we have the green go ahead that we can run the code. So again, a recap, we are trying to drop the column alpha 2. So we went to Google to search that how can I drop a table in using SQL query. How can I drop a column, a table when I know the name of the column in that table? So when I run this, okay, yeah. So alter the table, yeah. So the table has been altered, so we can try to see the output. Or go to table. Check on preview. Yeah, so alpha 2 is gone. So the column alpha 2 is gone. So we have this now. This is what we have. Just alpha 3 without the table. So far, I would like to stop to know if someone has a question before we proceed. Does anyone have a question?
So guys, if you have questions, unmute or raise up your hand. Anyone
Let me
works.
just come back here. This one is showing me an infinity screen. Maybe I'll just, if I stop presenting now, let me just stay on the screen.
Are we all saying we don't have questions? We all understand what has been done so far?
Or have we been following? Is there someone that has been going out and coming in?
Everybody has been here, so that's why I'm asking that. Okay, so should I call names and throw questions? Okay, this is anybody's answering. Okay, so let me do a roll check. I'll be a roll call check. Mr. Oseni, okay, Unique Studio has a question. Unique Studio, you can go ahead.
I've been trying to create my own account on this website. It's not creating. I'm having
Okay.
issues.
Did you follow what I did? Just click by
Yes.
clicking on console.cloud.google.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's the next step?
I think it's page, right?
Can you hear me?
Yes. I
Okay,
said
what
it's
this?
page.
Okay, when
Yes,
you
I'm
clicked on console.cloud.google.com, what came up?
he said start for free, and then it's taking me to the payments page.
Yeah, okay, you are not. Or the second option is just to type BigQuery Sandbox. So if
Okay.
it could take you to the Sandbox account,
Okay, sir.
just Google BigQuery Sandbox.
Okay.
If they are stuck, I could just use any of my other Gmail account that is not registered to try to.
So apart from her, any other person having any issue or questions on what has been done so far? So I'll randomly call our names. Okay, Mr. Denny Oseni, you can go. You want this up.
Yes, so what's the difference between using this BigQuery and Microsoft's SQL and GUI SQL? What's the difference between these three platforms?
Okay, there's certainly no differences in all of them. In all of them, you're running an SQL query. So using the Microsoft SQL, you can use Microsoft SQL to run all your queries. So just like I explained, first the tutorial is Google that is providing the tutorial. So Google tried to be Google in everything. You understand? Microsoft too has their own complete set of tools. From if Microsoft is the one teaching you the tutorial, they will tell you about Excel. They will tell you about what's the other one? They will tell you about their Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word. They will tell you about Microsoft SQL. You understand all of the tools that is Microsoft. But Google is coming now to say all of those tools that you need as a data analyst that we've already provided them. So rather than you going to use Postgres SQL or using Microsoft SQL, that we have everything here. That in our big query here, you can write your SQL queries and we'll accept it. But if you say you don't really like using it, we'll still give you a chance to, when you go to any other place to write your queries, you can now import them here and just go straight to perform your analysis. So you could write there anywhere you want to write. So that's just it there. There's no huge difference.
Okay, then in addition, I noticed that when you started, the thing was saying maybe the table will be here for probably 2 weeks, a month or so. So that's
Yeah,
a
for 60 days.
expiration date.
Yes. So we are using a sandbox account. So it's not a paid account like the other lady mentioned that she was trying to register. So if you say you want to start for free, they would require you to put in your credit card that after a certain number of days that you now have to start making payments. But they also want people to explore the tool to know how well that the tool is. So they give you a limited offer, and they also try to, if you look at this place now, you see that what I have here is sandbox. So the sandbox is just to say, okay, use this tool for free. Save what you want to save, but it might not last more than 60 days, or it won't last more than 60 days. Yeah, understand. So I don't know if that's clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I got you. That's clear.
Okay.
Okay, so any other question before he proceeds? People should ask your questions now. You know, you guys are in group 1 and group 2. Mr. Eze is the mentor for group 2. Before you guys can get on a call to ask him question again, we'll be on the next general live call. Probably those in group 2, they are the one that will have access to ask him these questions now. So you guys should ask questions, because if you ask on the general group, me, I am not a data analyst. I will not have answers for you. So do we have questions before he proceeds?
If you don't have question, me, I will now give a general question. So maybe one person will share their screen and perform one query for us.
Okay, that's perfect.
Oh, but the only challenge is we've not shared this sheet. That's the thing. But of course, I can share the table now. I can share the table now to the chat. So somebody will just create a product ID, create a product ID, and use it to just run a query for us.
Okay, Anjarin, you are raising up your hand. Okay.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah,
Good
hello.
evening.
Sorry, please. Writing down the query stuff.
Okay.
I'm a bit confused because, like, a newbie like me, I don't know anything about query programming. So, probably from the way you're writing it. So, I'm sorry, but it's looking like just alphabet. I understand the way you are actually teaching it, but if I'm to be working on my own, how will I know that okay, this is the way I'm supposed to be writing it?
Yeah,
So it
so
might be different things
okay.
we're going to be working on too. When it comes
Okay.
to programming and stuff like this, right?
Is it your network or you've stopped speaking? Anjarin, we can't hear you again, or you've muted yourself.
Oh, I'm done. My network too is fluctuating. Yeah, my network is actually bad, but
Okay, but I can still get Trisha. You can keep
I'm
going.
I'm done speaking.
Okay, so if I get you clearly, you are
I
saying
was
that
saying, I was
the
saying in the issue of like writing these queries and stuff.
yeah.
I see that when you get to the main question, your audio is disappear.
So what she's saying, if I get that correctly, she's saying that the queries. Okay, she's still talking.
And Jerry, do you want to type so that's probably
But or if she can just listen, let me say it. If it's the same thing, then she doesn't need to.
yeah.
So
Sorry.
Anjorin, so you're saying that the queries can cost you a lot of can be tedious for you to write since you're a beginner. That the way I'm writing it, how do you know what to write and when to write what to write? So is that what you're asking? Is that what you're asking? You could just say yes or type.
I think our network is pretty bad.
Okay. The other lady that asked.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, yes, Abby. Okay.
I'm on
Okay, so like I explained, is most of the times you have to, as a data analyst, seeing a data set, you have to come up with the best possible way. But first of all, is most of the times you would have a first session when a data is supplied to you. So if it's from a client, you would want to sit down to really understand what the client wants. So it could be a company sending data to say, okay, for our marketing organization, we are planning to claim a particular region. We are trying to move our product to a particular region. So we want to know what really sells there. You understand? This is the data set for other products. Maybe we've been having detergents there. We have detergent there. We have bar soap. We have, I'm just bringing like a local example that we have. We have bar soap. We have toothpaste. So, but now we now want to bring in, let's say, a sachet milk to that area. So we want to understand the behavior of this particular set of people when it comes to sachet milk. You understand? These are the data we've been able to collect. This is what we have. This is what we know. You understand? Then they tell you to the extent that they want to cover the market. So most of the times you have to go and sit down. We are just doing a simple example. So because we are beginners, as we go ahead, we gradually try to expand to what is industry standard. You get. So most of the times you have to do the deep thinking of saying, okay, this is what the industry want. This is what looks like an industry standard. So these are the data set from what I have. What are the things that they've given me? What can I remove? What can I interpolate? What can I extrapolate? You understand? For the missing data, what can I add? You understand? What are the insights that I can create from the old data to understand the behavior of people that are living in Oshodi in terms of a new sachet milk product? So who are the competitors that they, how can I run those analysis on it? So that's just a broader example. So for the SQL now, for this simple example, you are looking at a table. You understand? I gave an example of you are working in a company where you have different departments. You have finance, you have customer service, you have HRO, you have marketing, you have sales, and all of them. So you want to push out data to the different set of people, but just one department is asking you first. Finance department is saying, please bring me data for finance. You understand? So it's this first example that we did that, okay, Asia is saying you have different data set for different countries, but we are in Asia, we don't care about Europe, we don't care about Africa, America. Just give us the data set that has to do with Asia. So we now go now because you now understand that and you now know that that's all you need to know. So okay, I don't know the query that I need to write. I could go to Google and say, okay, Google, I have a column named region, and I want to just take out the data alone from that region. How can I write an SQL query? You can ask an AI too. They can help you with that. But those days that we didn't have AI, we go to the SQL documentation. We go to what we call SQL documentation. So then in SQL documentation, they would have the where clause, the why clause, the how clause, and all of that. How do you select from a column? You understand the particular data set from a column. When you go to SQL documentation, it will show you how to take out the particular data that you want. I don't know if I'm making sense, or a sample helps it out. Can you hear me, or your network is still breaking?
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Yeah, so ChatGPT is also always our friend, so we can talk to him too directly.
I think just to add to that, so if I get correctly, I think Angelina that asked the question. You are still in the first course 4. You've just started course 4, right? Can you hear me? Just in
I
case you
just
can hear
started
me.
school.
Yeah, so when you get to the third one, which is course 4, process data from dirty to clean, data cleaning with SQL, you also get to learn a few things there, right? So that's why you have the modules. That's why we created it per week. So today is Friday. We would have expected you to have gotten there, right? So hence the reason why we assume that you already know what is some of these things that is being worked on. So when you get there, you would see the advanced data cleaning functions, both part 1 and part 2. You will see where it was done. Does that help you too? Okay, I guess we can proceed. Our network is
Okay, thank you.
okay. We can proceed, Mr. Izzy.
So there's one other person that asked a question about the sandbox account. So I wanted to know if she's in sync with us.
Okay, I think that was Fee, I guess, right? Fee, have you been able to sort that out? I think that was Fee follower.
No, I was doing actually.
Okay,
I'm still yes, I've been able to create a project, but I'm still trying to find my way through it.
You're still trying to find.
My way through it. I can't find, after you created the project, there's a way you created some other things under the project. I can't find it here at all.
Okay, do you have a project here where my cursor is hovering up?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's what you need. You can use that project, or you just go there and create a project. You can create a new project for yourself.
Okay. I already created the project and I already renamed it also, but I can't find the other stuff like this.
So you come to these 3 slots here and come to hover down to BigQuery and click on BigQuery.
Oh, thank you.
Mm. So as others too also do others too also have their sandbox account running, because I expect that at some point in time we're also following through with what I was doing, even if you don't have the data set.
Okay, so everyone, do we have our sandbox account, or are we setting it up so that we can know if we are all on the same page? So some of us are not ahead and some of us
Um,
are left behind. So do you all have your if you have your sandbox account created, just react so that we'll know.
so I was trying to
React or
set my up, but they're asking for my payment information.
no, that is
So
normal.
that's what I provide clarification for the other person.
Oh,
You can just do a Google search for BigQuery sandbox.
okay, be curious sandbox. Okay, no problem.
So every other person, do we have our setup? If you have set up your own, just react an emoji on the course that we would know, or you just type done on the chat section. Or should I call you guys name one by one to confirm that? Okay, so probably we have to now call your names. So let me start with as your names appear on my screen. So Mr. Seni, your sandbox account, do you have it set up already? You can't join, so it's still loading.
No. I'm still on it. No, I'm still on it.
Okay. Um, Mr. Diola, okay, Priscilla said done. Mr. Diola, is your sandbox set up already?
Not yet.
Are you working on it?
I'm actually on the road currently.
Oh, okay. Anjorin said, okay, Anjorin was the one we answered the other time. Fane, have you been able to set up yours? Priscilla said on Unique Studios.
No,
Taiwo,
sir,
which is Unique
I've
Studios.
not done that yet. I'm on transit. I'm trying to get home. So I'll do that immediately I get home.
Okay. Mercy Julius, have you been able to do that?
Not yet, sir.
So
You said you
um
asked me to
are
search
you doing
for
it?
query sandbox, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Okay, Priscilla said done. Taiwo Elizabeth, which is Unique Studio, said done. Okay, so please, if you have not done that, please work on that. And those of you that say you're on the road, please, I want to see the screenshot of your sandbox after this session on your various groups. Please, I want to see the screenshot of your sandbox after this session on your various groups. So that, okay, Mr. Daniel said done. So that we know that everybody's on track. So by time you guys get into core practicals again, you people are not asking what is sandbox or where's your account. Okay, back to you, Mr. Eze.
Yes, okay. And so we also need a central platform where we can, I'm just thinking of how to move a data set to them. Yeah. So I'm
Okay.
thinking of how to move this data set to them now, whether to, because they are not all on the WhatsApp group
Yeah.
that
Okay,
we
so
have.
we add you guys to the general group where they are, where the 12 of them are.
Okay. So we can drop it there. Because I tried the Google Meet now, and now saw that it's not a link, it's a file, local file. So then also just to add is if there's a way to, okay, maybe I'll do that one privately. Let me not say it here. So,
Okay, no problem.
yeah. Okay, is this clear to everybody? What we
You need
try to
studios.
achieve here?
Elizabeth, you have a question. Your hand is up.
Okay.
Yes, sorry, sir. I
Yes.
created a project and I renamed it. I gave it a particular name, but under
Okay.
the project ID, it's not reflecting the name I gave.
Under the project ID.
Yes, when I wanted to create a new data set.
Okay. I don't get. Can you send me a screenshot or something?
Okay, sir.
Or can I stop sharing so that you share your screen? I don't know which ones.
Let me send a screenshot.
Because I don't know if you can send that here. Or which one will be better? If you are using, you could just present. Let me stop so that. Or are you on the WhatsApp group?
Which
So
group
which
are you so that we'll know how to forward the stuff?
uh can we see that? Or you just share your screen? Now let me stop presenting so that you just, I think she can. Please just present. I can't see it.
Just present your screen.
Okay, sorry. I mean, I joined through my phone, but
Yeah,
I'm
you can
using.
still present. Okay, you can't. Okay.
Okay, you are
I
trying
joined.
to use your back camera.
Yes.
Okay, I'm struggling. So what's the challenge here? So you added the dataset ID.
Yes. But under the project name, I have skins. I just created a name for it. Then under the
So under
Explorer,
your Explorer, what do you have?
I want to create a data set. Under my Explorer, this is what I have under my Explorer. This is the name.
And so Explorer, you see your product ID first now.
This is what I'm saying first.
And so the data set you created, what was the name that you gave it?
I
No,
just
just say you've already created it now.
No, I've not. I haven't. I just
And so just create.
okay. So this is what I'm getting for the data set.
I failed to create data set. I'm actually struggling to see it. Is there no way you could log into
Okay. I'll
just
have to
open your Gmail, yeah, log in through your laptop?
okay.
If any other person has a question too, they could just, if it's something you could type, you can type it down.
Sorry, I quickly went to put on my jet. Um, so I'm back.
Okay, we are waiting for her to share screen.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry, I'm just logging in my WhatsApp on the PC, so it's going to take a while.
still waiting. Okay, I can see it now.
Can you sir?
Okay, I can't. Is this the page you were showing me?
Yes, sir. So I have
Okay.
my project name here, and then this is what is
This
showing.
is
So
you're
your
only showing your Google page. Oh.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, can you see it now?
Yes, you can see it now.
Okay, thank you. So I have my project name here, and then this is what is popping up here. Can you hear me?
I think it's on mute. Mr. Isaac, you're on mute. Probably he's doing something.
yeah, I can hear you. I
Just
can hear you. Yeah, I didn't know I
Okay,
was on
so
mute. So your product ID is schemes. You created schemes.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So where's the data set that you created? So that's your
Okay,
ID, Jovian.
okay. It wasn't creating before. It's already created, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, good now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other person?
Faye follower. Okay, your hand is up.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask a quick question. While I was at the office, I tried
Yes.
setting up the account, but it was asking for a billing, like a card for billing.
Could you share the screen? Are you on your laptop?
No, I'm not. I'm still on my way home. I just wanted to
Okay.
confirm that before I will continue the setup once I get home.
No, you don't need to add that. If you that's why we're saying that there's a BigQuery Sandbox account that you could use for free without imputing any card option for now, which is what we are using. That if you search for BigQuery Sandbox on Google,
Okay,
that
sir.
you will get an option for where you can click to go to the Sandbox account.
Okay, sir. So I will do that as soon as I get home. I'm close to the house now, so I can give you feedback.
Okay, while we are still in the meeting, you can
Yes,
let
sir.
us. Okay, is that all? Any other person?
Okay, I think we can proceed now. No other hand is up.
Okay, so just one more query that we would work on to see if we. Let me share my screen. Hold on, I'm coming. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
So it, it means so far that we all understood what has been done up to this point from all the questions that were asked, right?
Guys, let's answer. That question is directed to you people.
A little to sir.
Okay,
A
so I
little
can
bit.
proceed. A little bit, but there's no question because you're going to get an assignment. I think I'll just do one more
Exactly.
query. Then yeah, so I'll find a way to send the same sheet across. Then you would follow through by creating the product ID data sets. Then include the CSV file that will give you as a table. Then I'll tell you some queries that you run so that we can see what you can do. If there's any question you ask, try to clarify it rather than going to next step, and we don't understand as much.
Okay, sir.
So, you said you understand a little. What's the other little that you don't understand?
From the from the beginning, actually.
Ah,
From the beginning, actually. Then you have to
No,
watch the video.
I mean, how you created the table and the rest.
okay. Where do you want to share your screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just share your screen. Let's use you as a walkthrough because I feel other people too have the same challenge, but they don't know how to speak up. Just share your screen so that we can use it as.
So can you see my screen?
You need to do Taiwo, you muted yourself in case you are speaking. We cannot hear you.
Okay, I said, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I guess from here,
Yeah.
from creating the table.
Yeah. So click on the table hash. Leave the empty table. Leave the destination, the DATSH. Then on the table star, next column. Yeah. So you can create a table. Maybe a test. Just say test. TST. Yeah. So you come down. Yeah, so that's so just click on create table, yeah. Oh, okay, we're supposed to upload. So that's just one way to create a table. Then the
Okay.
other one is you can just for the benefit of them, you can go to so I'm sending on the chat. Let's see if you can get the CSV there. So in the Google chat, maybe the meeting intermittently. So on the Google chat, you can go to kegu.com. I'll just give you a prompt to search. I need to also sign.
I've also sent the link of kegu.com to your group. I think you guys too have received this. I've shared this with you guys before, so I'm going to send the link, the prompts that he just dropped also to the general group so that everybody can copy at once. It's also on the core here.
Okay. So she's not sharing her screen again.
Taiwo Elizabeth, your screen, you stop sharing your screen.
I think it's our network.
Yeah, so go to the search and just use that prompt. No, not Google search. Inside the Kaggle itself.
Inside the Kaggle.
Yes, I'm trying to look for the
That's the nav bar
Okay,
on your.
she wants to go and copy the prompt.
Okay,
Okay, she
the
wants to.
prompt.
okay.
Hold on. So come to the last one, Amazon sales data set EDA. Click on that one. Let's see. So it might take you to sign up with your. Is it your network that is?
I guess.
But at the bottom there's supposed to be something like.
This is working.
Is there anywhere to? It's not for preview. Want to download? Take the zip file or copy
Sorry.
and
Let me use the other account. I think it has used that Chrome extension.
I don't even look for a way to push this.
Can you see my screen, sir?
So I can see. I've still not seen where to even. It's not.
Is
You are
this
not
it?
supposed to. No. We are looking for a way for you to just download it. Let me see if I can just paste this on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Are you in group one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry, is it group one or be group two self?
Yeah, in group two. You can paste it in group two then, or let me just add you to the general group now so that you can share that. So just a minute.
Or you move it from there. I'll drop it.
Okay, so let me just move it. Let me share it forward. So group two forward. So I forwarded it to all the groups.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I still forwarded it back to the group.
Okay.
Well, everybody has access to it now. I forwarded it to the general group too.
So instead, you can leave Kaggle and just go to, because there's a way to, most of those files will come as CSV. Then it might be a long journey for you. As zip files rather. So that data that you have, you can now go to try and create another table and insert it there. So instead of empty table, click on upload. Yeah, so you change you now put the table as column. You can put country data or something like that, or country table. So with this, anyone that's missed can, you've not added the file, or go back to browse and select the file. Yes. So you click on, don't auto detect, come to schema auto detect. Yeah. So you create table. Yeah, so you click on the table now, you'll see the details. Yeah, so those are all the columns that are there. So you can now where the country table's name is on the right, the name of the column there on the right or middle top middle there. Country, yeah. So you just click on that plus sign there to create another query, an empty query that you can write your query. Or by the side there, you can click query by the side of the name country table. You see that search button there, you can click on query. Yeah. Yeah. So where your cursor already is, you just put star there, put star. Yeah, so you can run, you can click on run now to run the query. Yeah, so you see your data. So that's your data. So that's the data. Query has successfully run. So the next thing I now did was to say, okay, for this your region, if you see the slider down there, if you slide, you see other columns of that data set. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So you go back to the query and you remove that limit to 1,000 because we just wanted to, we now said we wanted to, the regions that we wanted to just choose one particular region that if Europe is saying just give me for only Europe, I'm not interested in other regions. I'm only interested in Europe. Give me data sets for Europe. So the next thing you now go, you go to the next line just to beautify. What are you doing?
you said I
No,
should remove the limit.
no, I didn't say you should run yet.
Okay.
So, but it doesn't matter. So you now go to the next line. It creates number 2 in the query. You click enter there. Takes you to the here. You now say where. Now say where space region column region where region is equal to
What?
region is equal to Europe. So that your Europe now, because you are specifying a particular data in that column of region, you have to now slide down. You have to first come down and slide down and see how the Europe is spelled. You will not just spell the Europe yourself. So whether there's a capital letter there at any point. Yeah, so you see how it is spelled. It's capital E first before. So you begin with a semicolon.
Okay, I'm supposed to.
Sorry, it's not a semicolon. What do they call that? A single quote.
Single. Okay.
Yeah, then end it with a single quote. Then add a semicolon. Yeah, so you run the query. Yeah, so you see that you're only having on the region column, you're only having for Europe,
Okay.
you get. So
Yeah.
so we also said that this query, because once you leave here, you close this query is gone. You have to now think again. Now, what did I write to get it? So, but you can save the
Nothing
query.
to say.
Beside run there, you see save. You can now save the query and say, okay, just for me to remember the query that I wrote to get this. So you can
Okay.
save it. Then you give it a name that you save. You say Europe region. Something like that. Then you
Then
say,
saving.
yeah. So you can now be our tutor now. Just speak, then you help us write. So if so the next thing again is if I wanted to do a count of how many in the data set, I wanted to say, okay, this region, how many times do Europe appear? How many times does Asia appear? How many times, you understand? And I want
Yes.
to run it against the name of the countries, or I want to run it against that same column. You get, I want
Okay.
to write the code and say, okay, how many times do you appear? In Europe, how many
Okay.
times do you appear? In this one, how many times do you appear? So how am I going to write an SQL query that would cover for that? So
Okay.
but before going complex, so let's just say let's just say one of the countries is saying give me everything, or somebody is saying give me everything except, you understand? Because now what we've done is give me for only Europe. You can say another way to write it, you can say give me everything except this one. You understand? Except Asia, for
Okay.
instance. You understand? So we can say from that your query now, you can now go and edit that your query and say select star except. So you go where you have star. After select star, you now write except.
Instead of from, Abby.
No, just write except, leave the from. Except in brackets. Except after except, open a bracket. Then say Asia,
Okay.
close. Yeah, so then space from so you now remove where region is equal to Europe. So but again, when uh, put a semicolon there, let's see, at the end. Because you are looking at your query if it will run like that or without. So something is wrong. You read
Okay.
what they wrote, the syntax error, expected end of inputs, but got identifier except. No, you wrote expect instead of
Oh,
accept. Except. Why are you spelling it twice?
okay. Let's
Remove
see.
that semicolon. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Select star except list does not exist. Can that Asia be in semicolon inside, please? Single quote, sorry. Syntax error. So it's not working. Remove the single quote. Okay. List does not show when I'm struggling. Let me zoom this. Column Asia in select star except. Mm, so okay, just do a Google search for an SQL query. If I wanted to use except, so how do I use except in an SQL query for a particular region, for a particular column?
Is it supposed to be capital letter? I think it's supposed to be capital letter.
Sorry. Okay, you didn't get me to do the search. Hello.
I got you. I did it actually. Oh, you can't see my.
So the only thing we didn't add is where we didn't add the where clause. So let's add that where clause at the end, at the second row.
Okay.
So we're actually removing a particular column, not the Asia. So we specified wrongly. So if we wanted to remove a particular column, just like we did with the dropping this thing,
Okay.
so we can use alpha, just use this column alpha to sorry, where region is equal to Asia. Yeah, single quote. Again, that Asia would be spelled first A, yeah, capital. Yeah. So semicolon at the end. Yeah, so inside the except now, that Asia there will not work. So we can choose another column that we want to take out. So
Okay.
if you come down and stretch this your slider, let's see on that column after region. Okay, or you can do that. Okay, so let's take out sub-region. Take out sub-region. So put sub-region inside that place. The way it's spelled here. Yeah.
Thanks. Am I supposed to put a single quote?
Yeah. So that sub-region, because you've the is detecting that you put a hyphen in between. So we'll now use a backtick to, instead of a single quote, you use a backtick. It's just the key below your escape key. So you use that key below your escape key. Then you go to the end again and put it. So yeah, so you can run it now.
Okay.
Again, so we are just taking the sub-region. So, but we are also printing for only Asia. So that's what we are doing.
Okay.
Yeah, we are printing for only Asia now. We printed for only Europe before and save. Now we are printing for only Asia, but we want to take out the sub-region. So that's what the SQL query is saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's two. For, like I said, you could Google search, you could search whichever thing that you wanted to do. So if you wanted to drop the maybe alpha 2 column like I did, we did a search to get that one. So also if you wanted to count the number of Asias that they have, regions Asia, you could create an extra column and call it maybe total count
Okay.
or aggregate. Then you just merge it.
Okay, sir.
Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
So is someone confused? I'm just allowing her to do the typing, so it looks as if all of us are following through. Is there a question?
Does anyone have a question? If you have questions, please raise up your hand or unmute and speak.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
Like you said that view count, number of counts. Can we add it here, or we are going to edit the CS file?
We can run an edit on the query rather.
Okay.
So that your query, you can now go maybe create a number 3 or number 4. So we have a query that says count star, just like we have select star. We also have count star. So count star is like all.
Star.
No,
ST.
no. You see, your select star is not like they spelled everything now. So what you do is you first say select count star. No, go back. You say select.
Finn, follower's hand is up.
You say okay. Someone is having a question.
Finn, you can ask your question.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes.
Sorry to bring you back, sir. I just got home not quite long, and I've been able to open the BigQuery the sandbox. Yes. So I think I'm stopped there at the moment.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe Mr. Stanley, I would suggest that since with Unix Studio has in a way got into with it, so you can always reach out to her because we end up spending all the time in the meeting if I have to start all over again.
No, sir, not starting all over. I just want to confirm how to add the data to it.
Yeah, so you have to create the product ID first if you don't have a default one, or you use the default one that you have.
Okay, sir.
So Mr. Stanley, can we run her through, or we allow Unix Studio with the existing screen?
I think we can just allow Unix to continue. Again, we of course want to be time conscious. So
Yes.
what we can do is, since this call is being recorded, we would share the link immediately after the call, so she can watch the process. Because this is the second time we are doing it, right? So there are two.
Yes.
She can watch yours. She can
Okay,
also
sir.
watch
Okay,
when
sir.
Unix Studio through. Then she can do hers. So the assignment we now give them, they would use what we are doing here to do the assignment.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Yeah. So Unix Studio, just for clarity, you can just push down to number 4. Push the query to number 4. Enter. So you now write select count star. So we want to select everything in the region column. Select count in bracket star. So it's saying select everything under the column of region.
Right. So I didn't hear you. Is this?
So select, no, go back to select, select space region. Region. No, region is not spelled. Look at your table now. Region is spelled with lower R. So region, then the next space, count in brackets star. No, count first, then in brackets star. Count will not be in brackets. Count in brackets star. Star, yeah. Then space as total count. As total count. As total count. No space, please. As space. Then total count is one word. Yeah, space. So first, what this statement is saying that I want to go to the region column. So it's saying select region column, go to the region column. Then everything that is in region column, count it. Then when you count it, put another column for me as total count. That's what that first part is saying. Then it's now the next one. You now say from Then you say from you want to state the particular table from space. Then just copy that table up there. Yeah. So we now group it by region. Space group by region. Yeah. So you can take out the number 1 and number 2 now. Just highlight it and yeah, backspace it. Yeah. So what have we done that is out? But got what? There's something there.
Got, I think, is the quote. But we didn't use quote.
Open bracket. There's an open bracket.
At one.
The count star is together. Join it together, please. So what was that? Select region, count stars, total count from this guy. Then group by region. Yeah, so let's have the semicolon at the end. Oh, you're still having. Oh, oh no.
Or is it my select? Should I say capital letter select?
No, I don't think that's. So we're supposed to state a particular, the first statement that we removed, the first query, sorry, that we ran. Can you go to your saved queries? Go to the queries there, click on the Europe region. Is it opening? Okay, that's where we are actually editing.
Yes.
So just click enter, push everything you've written, push it down to number 3. Go to select. Before select, then push it down to number 3. Then go to number 1 and just rewrite that query that we had before. Select star from table. Yeah, then number 2, where region is equal to Asia. Yeah, single quote. Semicolon, then push to number 4. Yeah.
Right. Is that?
No, push it down, don't worry. So let me see. So it says expected end of input, but got. So the problem we have is count star. Okay, select region. Select region, comma. Do select region first, comma at number 4. So.
Sorry, how are you able to get? Sorry, how are you able to get what you are just all this now?
Okay, so
like how do we detect?
So first of all, I understand a bit of the query. You understand? So
Okay.
it's something that as you get along, you would understand it. But first of all, what I'm thinking is I want to go to the region column. Then I want to count everything that is in the region column. But I first stated that is Asia. So that query might not, but run this first. If it doesn't come out as we want, then I'll now tell you what, if the first statement will hinder us from getting what we want. Because it's running two tasks now. So view, the first result is there. If you click on view result for the first result, we'll get what we got initially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I go ahead?
Click on that view result, the first one. Yeah, so the first one is giving us for only Asia. Then the second one, you won't get it then. Go to back. From query results, go to that back there. So click on view results. Yeah, so see the second result that I want to get. So this is what we wanted to get for the second result. So that Africa, how many times did the region Africa spelled out come out in that data set? So how many times did America come out? Was America written there? So yeah, so queries could just help you save time instead of counting manually. So knowing how to write the query can save you time. So again, all of us, we can just look at the number 4 query that says select region, count star. So it's saying select from region. You understand? Remember the region is saying Africa, 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 Asia, 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 Europe, 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 America. So we just want to do a count of that. But the next column we are creating, we are saying that when it counts all of that, I should create a column. And the name of that column should be total count. So from the table in question that we are working with, then now group it by the region name itself. So group it by region, which is the first part that he gave us.
Okay.
So all of this with time, right, to be getting easier as we look at it. I know it might be looking a bit complex, but with time you get it.
Okay, sir.
If you persist. So another thing there to show, you can highlight those queries from number 1 to 4. There is that that works like prettier. So click on more on the top left here. Click on more. Let me see if it's there. Yeah, so click on format query. So it just helps you format, write your query to look a bit professional. Yeah. So that's what it does.
Thank you, sir.
So I don't know at this stage if there's any question. Is there any question? Since it's saved, I would like to stop here and just maybe type 2 things that they will do with the data set.
Sir, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Sorry.
Mercy.
I tried following as you were working with her, but for mine, I'm at the last part, from my table, go by region. But I'm still seeing syntax error. It's saying unexpected string, literal message projects. I think the
Mercy.
problem is from my, I don't know, maybe my table or something.
Mercy, can you pull down from that place you have query result? You see that middle the stuff there. Can you decrease it? Put your cursor there and drag it down so that she can see the query more. Yeah, so in the middle, drag it down, yeah. So can you see the query well now? Mercy.
Sir?
Can you see the query on the screen?
Okay, yes.
So what's the issue there? Select star from the table name.
Okay. Yeah, let me confirm in mine.
After that region, there's a comma there. The second one, select region, comma, count star as total count.
Yes, there's a comma after mine too.
Yeah, so count star. as total
As total
count
count, yes. From the
from
same table.
same table on your laptop, on your Google queries. Then group by region. Are you also, what's the message, error message you're getting?
It's saying unexpected string literal messes the name of my projects, employing info and country table.
And when you are supposed to use a backtick, you use a backtick when you are having maybe dots in between or slash or hyphen in between maybe your table
Oh,
name, whatever. You know when to use a backtick and when to use a single quote. So
still the same problem. Although the error has changed now. Unclosed identifier literal at 5.6.
so Unique Studio, just stop sharing, let us share so that we don't guess what she's. Did she hear me? Okay. Let's see, you can share, please. Someone's
Okay. So can you see my screen?
Okay, great. Yes. Yes. Yeah, your region is equal to Asia. Okay. Undefined literal 5, 6. Yeah, so from select regions as total count. Yeah, why do you have two semicolons there?
Where?
Two single quotes. Remove one now. Uh-huh. So use a backtick for that. Don't use a semicolon. So a backtick is under your escape key. Under
I
your
said it's
escape.
okay.
Mm, yeah,
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
yeah. So Unique Studio, please, you can stop sharing so that she'll share. So also save your query.
Okay, sir.
Let her come and just save the query so we can start off from there next time. Mm.
Sorry, am I to share my screen?
Yeah, Unique Studio, please share your screen.
Can you see it now?
Yeah. Have you saved the query?
So I wanted to ask, can we save it with another name? Or
You can save it that. Okay. Save query as use save query as aggregate total count version. Asian, whatever. So that's it. So just take out up to number, sorry, take out up to number 6, number 5. Just take out up to number 5 and run it so that I'll have the full, run it and try to expand it upwards. Yeah, so So what people will now do for me is I'm going to type it later, but I will say it first. So if you don't understand, so for these two parts that we have country code. So first of all, you now write me query with this for country codes that are above. Let me just look at mine because that's a bit faint there. Any country code that is above, that is 50 and above, that we want their country name, we want their name. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Under country code, anyone that has a value above 50, that is 50 and above, 50 is inclusive, that it should print the name column together with that country code. Anyone that is below, let me see, 50 is the least, so that we increase the value. Sorry, 50 is the least. So from 300 above. So let's do from 300 above. So we don't end up printing everything. So select from so table name. You understand
Okay.
where country code is above this and above that, and also print the name out. So let me not call out all the SQL query. So you figure that out. So if you ask Google, they'll tell you that's how you learn too. So that's the first one. Then the second one is the meeting is being recorded, but I'll still type it out on the WhatsApp chat later. So I'm looking at the other table. Just a minute. So I don't have what I want to. So this counts that we did too, I want you to now also do it for the sub-region. The counts that we did.
Okay.
So what we just did for the total count. So I want you to, we did it for region. So you do it for sub-region. Then it should print sub-region. Then it should print the code, which is alpha 3. Run it on alpha 3. Does it make sense? You know,
Sir,
we
I
did the
don't
total
understand.
count. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Alpha 3 is just the column. Alpha 3 is a 3 alphabetical column code for each of the countries. So, but then if you see there's sub-region too. So we want to do a count of this sub-region. The one that we did a count of region, total count of region. Then we placed it against the region itself. You understand? So, but now you're doing a total count of sub-region, then you are placing it against the column of alpha 3. It won't work, sorry. Just do a total count of the sub-region, then place it against the sub-region.
Okay.
So just rewrite the code for that one. That one is more like rewriting what we've written before. So, but take note that sub-region has hyphen there. So there's a particular way you're supposed to express it, except you'll be getting an error. So the first one is for country. What's that one? Is it country code? Yeah. When the country code is above 300, that you want to print those values that are above 300, then you also print in the name column as against the column code that has values above 300. So if you don't understand that, please let me know. Let me say it again. So there are just two queries that are writing there. Is it clear for everybody?
Yes.
Again, you have your So again, you have your WhatsApp groups where you can brainstorm. So I think I'll meet with you next week Friday 5 p.m.
So,
Okay. I can hear you. I'm Joy. Battery is almost out.
I have a question.
Yeah, I can hear you.
For the first one you gave us,
Mm,
yeah, for the first one,
mm.
query for the code. Yeah,
Oh,
Your
that's
network.
for the total count, not under region or something.
For the total count, I can't hear you.
Query for the first one you gave us. Yeah,
Mm.
is it for the total count? It's not under region or sub-region, right?
There is under region.
The first one you gave us,
Yes.
query for country codes. You said for 300 and above. So my question is, are you okay under region, not total count? Okay.
So the other one I say under sub-region, do a total count of the sub-region. So just the same thing that we did with region, do it for sub-region. But then sub-region is so, but she's supposed to just do for sub-region so that she gets one result and not two results. Yeah. She's doing a similar thing. So when you do it, you save each of the queries separately. So we'll see it on Friday next week. So I'm drawing again, if you can hear me. The first one is against the column of names. You want to do the country code. You are looking for the country code to print that are above 300. So you are writing a query for country code column that are above 300. Then you also want to print the name, the country names, which is the name column, to match it. The second one is you are doing a total count for the sub-region column, just like we did a total count for the region column. You are doing for sub-region against sub-region. So that's it. So if there's no question, if it's clear, then that will be all for today. We'll meet on Friday. So on Friday, we'll be able to expand more and give a more direction on where we are going to. We spent much of the time trying to set up, which is also good that everybody's carried along. So by next time, we don't have to do all of that. So Mr. Stanley, I'm done.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Izzy. We really appreciate your time, and I will definitely share the link to the call with everyone immediately after this so that they can watch the assignment. Are you going to communicate it?
Yeah, I've sent it. I think she's actually doing it. So, but
Okay, no problem.
anyway, she's
Okay, no problem. Once again, thank you. We really do not take this for granted. And for everyone that joined, thank you for joining. And we hope that you got enough value. I'll share the recorded or the streamed call with you guys so you guys can go over it again. And of course, practice on your own. I won't say that. Goodbye, everyone, and have a lovely night.
all right. Goodbye. Bye, everyone.
goodbye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, sir.
Everyone,
Thank you,
yeah.
sir.
Good night. Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's time that we kick